And instead of selling products, we always believe in selling solutions. So giving delight to both to customer and consumer is our core philosophy of our agency channel. I want to create a culture when everybody is talking about consumer obsession. Currently, technology is a friend for you. And the faster you adopt it, the more successful you will become.
Hi, welcome to another exciting edition of Leaders and Lenses, a unique podcast platform launched by the Consumer Experience team. I'm Jagdeep and I'll be hosting this conversation in which we'll focus on extracting some leadership insights from senior leaders of our organization and how they integrate and drive consumer centricity with business strategy. We'll also find out their expectations on how to live our core value of consumer obsession during onboarding as well as under challenging situations. We have with us today Mr. Rakesh Sharma, Mancom, and Chief Agency Officer from our Dream Team agency. Rakesh has spent more than 2 decades with our agency channel and was instrumental in leading the team to scale new heights year on year with regard to both scale and profitability. Rakesh, welcome to the show.
Hi Jagdeep. Thanks for such a nice introduction.
Rakesh, we are almost welcoming FY 25-26 as we speak. Right? So would you like to share with us some key considerations which help you in aligning agency channel strategy, keeping in mind the diverse needs of our consumers?
So I think that's a very right question. Maybe see, if you look into it for us, starting from onboarding to the consumer, I think हमारे लिए customer सबसे important है, consumer very important है. And as a company and as a channel, we have really gone a long way. And एक जमाना था कि जब हम हर कुछ पेपर पे करते थे. Now we have moved to digital. And why I'm talking about digital is because one of the things which we realize, in order to give the customer that wow effect, that delight, I think we really have moved to absolutely to digital. Now, answering to your question, ki how can we align agency for consumer, lot of consumer requirement? I think we have innovated on number of tools in our Siddhi. Siddhi is again एक हमारा app है जो हमारे सारे distributor को पता है. It's a one app which we are trying to migrate for everything which is there. So Siddhi में we have bring something called FHC. FHC is basically financial health check for a consumer. जहाँ पे हम FHC के माध्यम से we do a complete assessment for the customer whether what his needs are, starting from wealth creation, protection, retirement and health. So basically all segment what a customer need, वो FSC is a tool which gives us a requirement कि customer को चाहिए क्या. And that becomes a starting point for interacting with the customers. And instead of selling products, we always believe in selling solutions. And this is one such tool which is helping us. In fact, we have a number of tools for consumers to get their needs. FSC is one of them. Business Insurance Calculator. The new tax regime, the new tax which has launched. Immediately we have launched our new tax calculator कि कैसे consumer घर बैठे नए taxes को क्या फायदा हो सकता है, how can he move and how can we do investment. I think that tax calculator is also been invented, and that's a part of the Siddhi.
So which means, our competitors are also looking at the new things which we are bringing and probably we are leading in that as well.
I think that is always our mantra, to be ahead of the competition. But again, competition will be doing a great job at their end, but we always believe for us, competition is one thing, but for me, important is my consumer. How can we give delight to my consumer and customer, which is my advisor and leader? So giving delight to both to customer and consumer is our core philosophy of our agency channel.
Rakesh, you very rightly said, because if you look at Tata AI also, consumer obsession is one of our key values, right? Now, I think I'll take this opportunity to ask you this question. Do we use consumer feedback or voice or customer insights, right, to actually decide or enhance how to improve our sales strategies? Do we do that?
I think this is one of the important parameters. In fact, with the support of customer service, and there is a review which has happened at a Mancom level where MD and CEO, our head of customer services, and everybody is there, which are part of a review where there is something called CSAT score. And with God grace, at an agency channel, we are already at 91. Our score is at 91. But 91 is something which we are proud of. Absolutely, yes. But do we need to improve? There is no doubt about it. there are small feedbacks, and through this podcast I would really like to inform मेरे advisors leaders को जो feedback आते हैं CSAT में policy bond नहीं मिला. I think this is very small feedback, and you know while in India still we need to do a lot of awareness as far as digital mode is concerned. मेरा request है सभी advisors leaders से, I think during sourcing आप अपने customer को बताइए कि that अगर आपको physical policy bond चाहिए तो आप फॉर्म में टिक कीजिए कि मेरे को physical policy bond चाहिए. Otherwise by fingertips you can get a policy bond. We have a beautiful bot, e-bot, through you can get your policy bond in through EIA, which is through mail. अपने पास जो bot है, आप even through WhatsApp, if you register with our customer portal in the WhatsApp, on fingertip you can get the policy bond. So obviously every single feedback which we get, one of the feedback which we generally get, and these are very small feedback, but these are very important feedback. Even me as a consumer, for example, the feedback which we get after sales, we don't get calls from advisors and leaders. I think this is something which is very important. We are into business of consumer. और हमारे यहाँ तो ये भी है कि अगर आप MDRT, COT, TOT बनते हो, and there is a data, there is a research, कि maximum numbers of MDRT and COT, TOT are from the existing customers. और वो existing customer आपको तभी referrals देंगे या आपको second policy तभी buy करेंगे when they are satisfied with you, with your services.
Very correct.
So hence it becomes very important for us that we are in touch with the customer, whether it is their regular birthdays, anniversary, their policy renewal reminders, and it's not only always about business. I mean, we always believe in Tata way of doing things, and for us, consumer obsession is one of the key in the channel.
Okay. I think, there is a saying in sales that anything which gets measured is something which gets done, right? If I'm sure you also very strongly believe in that, right? What's your opinion about adding something related to consumer centricity as a KPI? Will it work?
I think that is the easiest way to do. But I will not believe in mentoring as a KPI. I want to create a culture when everybody is talking about consumer obsession. KPI is something is like today I will get reviewed on the customer obsession, and hence I have to really think and take care of the consumer. मेरा वो believe नहीं है. मेरा विश्वास ये है कि हम एक ऐसा कल्चर क्रिएट करें कि हर कोई कंज्यूमर ऑब्सेशन के बारे में बात करे. इट हैज टू बी फ्रॉम विद इन. अगर JRD Tata's one of the important statement कि कंज्यूमर हमारे लिए एक स्टेक होल्डर नहीं है, हमारे अस्तित्व का, हमारे एग्जिस्टेंस का कारण ही कंज्यूमर है.
क्या बोला?
एंड इन आवर केस इट मेक मोर सेंस बिकॉज वी आर इनटू इंश्योरेंस बिजनेस.
सही बोला.
अगर हम उसको KPI में डाल सकते हैं, बट मेरा फंडामेंटल बिलीव है कि हम हर क्षेत्र पे डे इन डे आउट, इनफैक्ट वी हैव डिफरेंट टूल्स वेयर वी रियली सी कि हाउ कंज्यूमर ऑब्सेशन इज बीइंग केयर. और हमारे बिजनेस में अगर आपके पास कस्टमर सेटिस्फाइड नहीं है तो आपको सेकंड सेल्स मिलेगा नहीं, आपको रेफरल्स मिलेगा नहीं.
Correct.
तो बाय डिफॉल्ट इट इज माय KPI.
Very good, right? Very well said. And I think, as a true Tata personal, I think I also very much is aligned to what you are actually thinking about. The only point which I was just thinking is like, see, you're a senior leader, you have a vision, and then you would also want your other leaders also to share the similar vision, right? That's very easy from a top to middle perspective. But if we look at the unique model of agency, right, business happens through agents, right? And also the new people who are actually coming to this company, who probably is coming to us for the first time, right? Old guys, they are already there, but there are always a new set of agents whom we are hiring on a continuous basis, right? So what do you think, onboarding and training of agents specifically in these things, what is your opinion on that?
I think that's one of the very important question, Jagdeep, and I think this is very important for agency, especially for agency. Reason being, because we generally hire agent who are freelancer, and to उसके अंदर में वो Tata values को incorporate करना is not an easy task. But then there are different ways which we do it. For example, during the IRDA training, when they have to do the formal training to get the coded, we try to teach them what has to be done, what not has to be done. We ask them to sign code of conduct. So those are first steps which we do it. But this is something which is like a regulatory requirement, a company requirement. But हम उसके अंदर में Tata values को कैसे डालें? We have something, and we do it in a phygital way, both physical as well as digital. In physical way, we have something called morning huddle, which is happening every single day, where branch manager, they create a link where all the advisors, leaders, they join in the morning huddle. Uस morning huddle में what we do is like we give them a topic every day which they talk about, which is the new apps, ease of doing business, क्या documents चाहिए so that customer is a delight, if we should not go repeatedly in asking the consumers. अगर हम fixing of medical, if we have launched some new ways, so those different things which as a company which we are doing as an innovation to give the consumer delight, we make it a small session in our morning huddle जो कि advisors leaders को हम train करते हैं.
Awesome.
Second, we know अगर आप ट्रेनिंग में एक बार आ गए, it is very easy कि आप हो सकता है कि 3-4-5 दिन में भूल जाए. तो हम छोटे नजेट्स एंड व्हाट्सएप क्रिएट करते हैं जो हम उनके ग्रुप में भेजते हैं. तो वी हैव अ टाटा कम्युनिकेशन आईडी, हम उसके थ्रू हम उनको कम्युनिकेट करते हैं कि दिस इज अवर न्यू चेंज, दिस इज न्यू प्रोसेस. फॉर एग्जांपल अभी हमने एक रिसेंटली एक ड्राइव किया था नॉमिनेशन कि नॉमिनी का अगर अपडेट करना है. एंड आई मीन आई टेल यू दिस इज समथिंग वेरी स्मॉल थिंग कि आप कंज्यूमर के पास जाके जिनके नॉमिनी अपडेटेड नहीं है आप उनसे मिले. एंड वी आर इनटू इंश्योरेंस बिजनेस. और अगर मान लीजिए कि कल भगवान ने करे मेरे को कुछ हो गया अगर नॉमिनी नहीं है तो it's like something big thing will happen. But again, reaching to those our existing customers and going back and talking to them about, sir, your nominee has not been updated, wouldn't you? Or do you want to revisit your nominee? कि because आपने जब पॉलिसी लिया होगा तो जिससे आपने बच्चों के नाम पे लिए होंगे, बच्चे भी एडल्ट्स हो गए होंगे. हमारे पास महालाइफ करके पॉलिसी हुआ करता था. Now it has almost we have also reached around 25th year of anniversary. तो जो 25 साल से पहले से जो बच्चों के लिए पॉलिसी लिए थे वो अब एडल्ट्स हो गए होंगे. तो हम कैसे उनके नॉमिनीज are they still the right nominee or do you want to revisit those nominees? And I'm telling you this activity is again help us a lot. Because again consumer को ये लगता है कि ऐसा नहीं कि हमारे टाटा AI के एजेंट लीडर ने एक पॉलिसी बेचा और भूल गए. It's about going and revisiting consumer again and again. So when I'm talking about training, so morning huddle is one of them. We do something called step up training. Again step up training is for different cohort of advisors. NLE के अलग है monthly, LP के लिए अलग है और MDRT probables के लिए अलग है, leaders के लिए अलग है. So one is our daily morning huddle, other is cohort. Then digital way which we said through small nuggets, small videos, WhatsApp जो हम create करते हैं so that people are really aware about it. And most important is कि we keep on sharing all good things which is happening as a consumer delight. So for example हमारे जो all the advisors and the leaders who have really got good feedback from the customers, we keep on highlighting them.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, and that is also helping us ki these are the real brand, these are the brand ambassadors of consumer delights, these are the champions, and that's creating a lot of voice around the market, and you can see people really and they really want to nominate people around it.
That's very good. Thank you so much. I think this has been really insightful. I think maybe with one more question probably we'll wind it up. See, this question is something which I have overheard essentially when many of our agents, advisors are in the system for quite some time, and they have their customers whom they have bought into the system. We also have other channels which is there who also can upsell and cross-sell to these customers. Right? See, there are occasions in which we also listen to challenges which happens there because the agent leaders is not very happy to actually move from their standard way of doing business to maybe something which is a little more advanced, maybe a digital way of reaching out or using tools to actually continue that engagement, right? Is that true or have you experienced something like that?
No, I mean, see, partially I will agree to you, but I will see the way we keep on designing our digital tools, the way we are doing a lot of innovation, and the training which I was talking about to you, which is our morning huddle, our step up trainings और बाकी हम उन ट्रेनिंग के माध्यम से हम ये हाईलाइट करते हैं कि अगर आप डिजिटल टूल यूज करोगे तो इट विल इंक्रीज योर सेल्स. करेक्ट. इट इज नॉट गोइंग टू बी अ हिंड्रेंस इन योर सक्सेस. जनरली क्या होता है, लोग क्यों किसी भी डिजिटल टूल्स का अडॉप्ट नहीं करना चाहते हैं कि शायद मेरे डाटा लीक हो जाए या पता नहीं मैं एंड मे बी पीपल डोंट वांट टू कम आउट ऑफ द कंफर्ट जोन. बट अगेन बाय शोइंग देम एग्जांपल कि दिस इज फॉर एग्जांपल ई-केवाईसी. आपको क्यों आधार कार्ड की कॉपी चाहिए? आप कंज्यूमर को डिलाइट करो सर कि आप अपना आधार नंबर दीजिए एंड विद फ्रैक्शन ऑफ सेकंड्स वी डोंट नीड अ डॉक्यूमेंट एंड द एंटायर थिंग इज वैलिडेटेड. सो दीज आर थिंग्स, स्मॉल थिंग्स व्हेन वी आर ट्राइंग टू मेक एंटायर एजेंसी अवेयर कि currently technology is a friend for you.
Exactly.
And the faster you adopt it, the more successful you will become, and we keep on doing it again and again. And in fact, Now with the way we are moving into our new innovations, I think the way a lot of things which is getting created is how our advisors and leader will get benefited if they use Star technology. For example, I have 100 customers. Today is 24th of March. All of a sudden, I get a morning, I open my Siddhi app and says, hello, you have a customer called Jagdeep and today is a birthday. Would you like to wish him? And then immediately I call Jagdeep, happy birthday.
Right.
Look at the way technology is helping me.
Exactly.
Moment I'm moving somewhere in any other locations and their technology is saying, since you have come to Chembur, you have 2 customers. Do you want to go and meet and say hi?
Oh, you're saying that our tool can do that?
Our tool, and we are innovating those things and which can help us. So currently, technology will help us to increase my sales, to increase my income, and most importantly, is to give a consumer delight, which is the most important thing above all.
That's great, right? Rakeshji, you will have a lot of frontline agents as well as leaders who will also be listening to you, right? Any pieces of advice which you would like to share with all of them?
Yeah, I think we have spoken a lot. मेरा सबसे आप लोगों से एक ही रिक्वेस्ट है, हमारा और आप, हम दोनों, चाहे अगर आप कंपनी की बात करें, हम एडवाइजर लीडर की बात करें, चाहे मैं अपनी बात करूं, हमारा आपका अस्तित्व का एकमात्र रीजन है हमारे कंज्यूमर, हमारे कस्टमर. अगर वो है तो हमें एक हैप्पी कस्टमर आपको 10 लीड दे सकता है, बट एक नाराज कस्टमर आपके 100 कस्टमर को भी खराब कर सकता है. जो हैप्पी कस्टमर्स होते हैं वो हैप्पी हैं, वो शायद अगर आप उसको बार बार रिक्वेस्ट करेंगे तो आपको रेफरल देंगे. बट अगर जो नाराज कस्टमर है, क्योंकि नाराजगी बहुत जल्दी लोग एक्सप्रेस करते हैं, आप भी आपने भी देखा होगा कि कहीं अगर आप किसी एयरलाइंस में जा रहे हैं, अगर इफ यू आर नॉट हैप्पी, स्ट्रेट अवे यू गिव 1 out of 10, बिकॉज हम गुस्सा में जल्दी रिएक्ट करते हैं. बट अगर आपके जो सेटिस्फाइड कस्टमर है वो आपको लीड्स देंगे, वो आपको रेफरेंस देंगे. हमारा आपका एक ही मकसद है कि एंश्योर दैट आवर एवरी सिंगल कस्टमर्स आर हैप्पी. विद दिस, विशिंग यू ऑल द बेस्ट.
Thank you so much. Thanks, Rakesh, for your time.
Thank you so much.
Right. So till we meet again, right, let's wrap this episode of Leaders and Lenses. See you.